All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. I've been live on Twitch for the past fucking 6 days. Oh, I shouldn't have said the fuck word to start out the YouTube video. It's whatever though. I've been live on Twitch for the past 6 days because I'm currently banned from YouTube. So if you're wondering why the week one video didn't get uploaded, that's why. It's done, and it will be uploaded at the same exact time that this one and the OU unofficial press conference get uploaded. But that's why these rankings are both late. Anyways, so currently we're on week two. Top four won't move. Damo, you said it yourself the other day. We are Penn State. Anyways, so to recap this week of college football, Ohio State murdered some high school team. LSU murdered some high school team. Miami also murdered some high school team. Georgia murdered a high school team. Oregon murdered a high school team named the University of Oklahoma State. Or actually, it's Oklahoma State University. Whatever. Who cares? Okie Light. They lost. They're a bunch of losers. Who cares? South Carolina actually was in a game with whoever they played. It's like they were also playing a high school team. So not a good look for South Carolina. Penn State, I'm pretty sure destroyed whoever they played. Florida State destroyed their high school cupcake game. OU is the only team with an actual win this week. We beat the University of Michigan, which is exactly what I would have told you if you watched the last video. So I had them ranked above Michigan because I knew we were going to win. Meanwhile, I heard there were a bunch of Michigan fans talking trash. Man, must suck to be a Michigan fan right now. They're probably not even going to be in the top 25 after all this. Let's go ahead and move them down here. Oh, also, you have my new teams down here. Those are the teams that are probably going to move up. So, we're getting rid of Michigan. At least for, well, actually, my problem with getting rid of Michigan is I still think they're better than Nebraska. I'm not even sure Nebraska should be in the top 25. But I don't know who else to put up here. I'm not going to lie. Looking around at the rest of college football, USC should maybe be ranked. They definitely have like they have a baby wipe schedule, so they should end up going like 10-2 or 11-1 or something like that. Michigan State had a good game against Boston College. Missouri, I'm not ranking Missouri. Auburn, I'm not ranking Auburn. I don't know, but these are the four teams that are possibly moving in. Anyway, so we're taking Michigan out. Ole Miss beat their high school team. They will probably slide up here to number 10. I haven't actually ranked these schools yet. We're gonna freeball it and do it live. Texas beat their high school team. Clemson actually looked terrible against Troy. But Troy is like an actual decent football school, and they're coming off of a big game against LSU. So kind of a little trap game there for Clemson. TCU, they beat their high school team. SMU actually lost to Baylor. And okay, so if you're wondering why Kansas is here, so okay, we have SMU ranked, which clearly they shouldn't be ranked. Baylor beat them in overtime, and last week Kansas beat Baylor. So my thinking process is Kansas is better than Baylor, and Baylor's better than SMU. SMU was a top 25 team, so now Kansas is going to be a top 25 team. But you guys know I love Kansas, and I'm biased for them. Anyways, SMU is not going to be ranked in the top 25 anymore. I can guarantee that one. Michigan could have fallen out of the top 25, but SMU is definitely falling out of the top 25. They're going to be right down here. Goodbye, ponies. Goodbye, Pony Express. I hope you enjoyed your time being relevant, but it is what it is. Biased ranking by Damo L. I don't really feel like it's that biased. I feel like there's good reason to put them up there. Tennessee is going to stay. Iowa State is going to stay. Arizona State. Arizona State caught an L. Oh my God, who did they play yesterday? Oh my God, it's not even a good team. Sorry, it's been 24 hours. Mississippi State. Oh, yeah, that's why Mississippi State is possibly being ranked. Although I'm not huge on Mississippi State. I like USF more than Mississippi State currently. Mississippi State got a huge win. So Arizona State, goodbye. Thanks for playing. We'll see you next year. There's two playoff teams from last year that are not going to be in the playoffs this year. I'll put my money back guarantee that SMU and Arizona State will not return to the playoffs this year. Illinois, I think I might have actually underranked Illinois. They actually look pretty good. Louisville played a high school and beat the crap out of them. Texas A&M. Texas A&M beat nobody, I think. Nebraska also destroyed nobody. Alabama played the vaunted ULM Warhawks and absolutely destroyed them. It doesn't matter though, because when they played a 2-10 team from last year, they got wrecked. They got wrecked by Florida State. So really, they shouldn't even be in the top 25. I'm literally giving Alabama the benefit of the doubt for being Alabama. Just think USF wins on the road at Miami, Florida. I do not think USF will beat Miami. And so we're going to round out the top 25 with Utah and BYU. Utah was looking good. Should Notre Dame be ranked? Not for me. Who have they played? Notre Dame football, and that wasn't even what I was going here. I was going to look up the BYU game. So Notre Dame has beaten... Oh, they didn't even play anybody last week. They literally had a week off. Yeah, no. 0-1? Yeah, no. Not getting a ranking for me. Okay. BYU. That's what we're actually looking for. Oh, yeah. They beat Stanford 27-3. I can't spell. Oh, we also need to look at the AP poll that should have came out today. So they've beaten Stanford and Portland State. Honestly, not very impressive wins, but I like BYU, so we'll see if they can keep it rolling. Anyways, so as far as rankings go, like who's moving? Actually, one thing I'm going to do, we're going to slide OU up to number 7. Number 7. And we're going to put Penn State behind Florida State, actually, and we're going to move them down to number 9. Why are they moving down? Because they're Penn State, and they're going to lose to Ohio State. I'm honestly tempted to put OU above South Carolina, but I honestly think South Carolina is going to be one of the toughest games on OU's schedule this year. I don't know if that's like a hot take. But to be honest, the only two games I'm really scared of are South Carolina and LSU. We're going to beat Bama. We're going to beat Texas. We're definitely going to beat Auburn. We're going to destroy Missouri. And you might think I'm just overreacting from the Michigan game. Well, here's what I'm going to say about the Michigan game. We played like absolute dog shit the entire second half of the Michigan game. And we still managed to win. Our defense is just that good, and our offense is decent enough. Georgia went down to 6. Please don't spoil it for me, Ray. I'm literally about to go look at the rankings as soon as I'm done with my rankings. But Georgia's staying in the top 4 for me. Okay, and we're gonna move Ole Miss up to number 10. That'll put Texas at 11. Clemson will stay at 12. TCU will be 13. This is just like the orange tier. Iowa State is not fake because they beat Iowa. And that is usually a game that Iowa State almost always loses. Like, even when Iowa State's good, they lose to Iowa. So that's pretty big. They should have a pretty good year this year. Will unfortunately move A&M up to 17. I don't feel good about that at all. Or I guess that's 18. Nebraska at 19. Bama at 20. No. Okay, we're going to leave Michigan above Nebraska because Michigan and Nebraska play in 2 weeks, and Michigan's going to win that game. I would almost guarantee it. Now, if Nebraska wins, Michigan is falling out of the top 25. He's just hiding the fact that he's a huge Penn State fan and doesn't want to admit it. Okay, so we got Alabama at 21, Utah at 22, and BYU at 23. Then we're going to move Kansas. So we've got 3 Big 12 schools right here in the top 25. And then we're also going to move USF up. Is USF still in the American Conference? And my two that are like just receiving votes, they're like just on the outside looking in, are Texas Tech and Mississippi State. I'm not sold on Texas Tech. Like, I feel like the AP poll is sold on Texas Tech. I am not sold on Texas Tech. Mississippi State had a good win against Arizona State, but like, how good is Arizona State really? It's kind of like the OU game. Like, yeah, we beat Michigan, and that is a good win, but like, how good is Michigan really? I don't think they're very good. To be honest, I don't really feel like looking around at college football right now. I don't feel like there's a lot of teams that deserve to be in the top 25. I don't feel like there's 25 teams that deserve to be in the top 25, but there's got to be 25 here. I feel like everything above Oregon, these people are good. And Oregon really hasn't even played anybody. I mean, they did destroy Oklahoma State. But how good is Oklahoma State? But I feel very confident. Every single one of these teams will be in the playoffs. I think I can call that right now. We can call 5 of the 12 playoff spots literally today. I don't know if that's a crazy take, but I genuinely think by the end of the year, these 5 teams will all be in the playoffs. Everything after here, it gets pretty murky. To be honest, I think OU is almost a lock for the playoffs as well. Like, worst case scenario, I think we go 10-2. Which would be a loss to South Carolina and a loss to LSU, who would both be playoff teams. But you never know. You never know. I mean, college football is a wild sport. Upsets happen all the time. But OU, I feel more confident that OU is going to be in the playoffs than the South Carolina is going to be in the playoffs. South Carolina could drop like 4 games in a row, and it wouldn't surprise me. They also have a really tough portion of their schedule where they have to play like I think it's Texas A&M, OU, Alabama, LSU, and Ole Miss, like all 5 games in a row. The way you just said that had me thinking, why is it spelled Wana instead of Wanu? Everyone pronounce it that way? Not thinking, what the fuck is this autocorrect? I don't know, McCurdy. Anyways, and just so you guys know, the biases of chat right now, Bray is an Ohio State fan, Jova is a Georgia fan, and McCurdy is a Penn State fan. Anyways, and of course, I'm an OU fan. If you guys didn't know, I guess there's some new people who could be watching the rankings this year. I'm live on YouTube. If I'm streaming on Twitch and Twitch, I'm usually streaming on YouTube unless I'm banned, which I'm currently banned from YouTube. But you can look me up at Damo's OK on Twitch or YouTube. I don't normally do the rankings live. I usually record these, but we're going to start doing them live this year because it's kind of fun. But so you guys know my biases. I'm an OU fan. There is no school I care more about than OU. If they win, it makes my week. If they lose, my week is ruined. Secondary fan bases that I like. I like LSU. LSU is like my second favorite college football team. Now, if LSU and OU are playing, I don't give a shit if LSU wins. That does not make me happy at all. That makes me sad. So, when it comes down to it, if OU and LSU play, I'm rooting for OU. I do not get any joy out of LSU winning those games. There's some other teams I'm fans of, particularly Kansas and Purple Kansas. So Kansas and Kansas State, and Utah and BYU. So those are the teams I'm biased for. The teams I'm biased against are Notre Dame, Texas A&M, and USC. Obvious reasons for USC. Fuck Lincoln Riley. That dude's a piece of shit, and he cannot run a defense to save his fucking life. And even if they do go 10-2 or 11-1 this year, it's going to be a fake as fuck 10-2 or 11-1 because they have a baby wipes ass schedule. Notre Dame just always sucks. They're always overrated. They're not good. Every time they play a good team, they get exposed. Texas A&M are 8-4 merchants, and they think they should win a national title every year. It's one thing when you like if they were just a middle of the pack team, like that'd be fine. The problem is their fan base is fucking delusional, and they think they're like the hottest shit that's ever graced college football. So that's why I hate all 3 of those teams. And I will probably take that into account when I'm ranking them. So you can definitely call my biases out there. But just so you guys know, those are my biases. Fuck Ohio State, plus potentially the SEC Championship, OU versus Georgia. Yes, I do. My current predictions are SEC Championship is OU versus Georgia. And if it's not OU versus Georgia, it'll be LSU versus Georgia. And Ohio State versus Oregon for the Big Ten. For the ACC, it'll probably be Miami and Clemson, to be honest. But I would not be surprised if it's Miami and Florida State. Um, Now, Penn State could actually beat Oregon and find their way into the conference championship. Michigan will not be winning the conference championship for the Big Ten. They will not be in the conference championship for the Big Ten. Currently for the Big 12, I'm kind of leaning Iowa State and Utah. I feel like that is a very likely scenario. I don't even know what conference USF is in. I'm pretty sure they're in like the American Conference. UGA fan, yes, but I'm not delusional about my team. No, you're not delusional, but like at the same time, Georgia has been good for the last like 5 years. What's the point of being a sports fan if you're not delusional? Exactly. Also, OU's winning the national championship this year. Wouldn't be mad if at an OU LSU SEC championship. I would be very surprised if that happened. I would be, because we literally played the week before. I would be upset because we literally play LSU the week before the conference championship. So it would be real shitty to like beat them and then play the conference championship against them and then lose the rematch. And it would be annoying vice versa too. So I'd much rather play Georgia. We don't have Georgia on our schedule. We were actually supposed to play Georgia, I think it was either this year or maybe next year in an out-of-conference game, but those games obviously got canceled once we joined the SEC. And then we had to replace them with nobodies. So that's kind of my thoughts on the conference championships. Once again, we don't know anything about these teams right now. It's still only week 2. Nobody's really played anybody. Conference games really haven't started. And things really don't start getting like really important until like we see some conference matchups. We do have some big games coming up though. Not necessarily this week. This week we have Georgia versus Tennessee. I think Georgia's going to win that one. We have A&M versus Notre Dame. I think A&M will probably win that one. Although I wouldn't be surprised if this is one of A&M's like 4 losses that they're scheduled for this year. There was another decent game, and it actually didn't even look that good. Hold up. Let me pull up the AP poll before I go over the other game. But there's another game that, like, it was not a top 25 matchup for the AP poll, but it is a top 25 matchup for me. So let's go look and react to the AP top 25 poll. Ohio State number 1. I can get down with that. Penn State number 2. 34-0 against Florida International. I don't know about that. I don't know about that one. Florida State is not my number 2 team or Penn State is not my number 2 team in the country. I would prefer all 4 of these teams ahead of them. And OU, to be honest. I think OU would beat Penn State right now. Texas at number 7. Fucking insane. Why? Why? Because they have a win on San Jose State? That gets you ranked in the top 10 now? Notre Dame in the top 10. 0-1 with a loss to Miami. Okay, I get it. 27-24. They played them close. They fucking lost. And how many other good teams is Notre Dame even going to play this year? USC? Anybody else? What is Notre Dame's schedule? Oh my God, I hate Notre Dame. Illinois. Illinois should not be in the top 10. I do think they might be underrated. They're not underrated here. They are overrated here. Florida State at number 10. I can get down with that. South Carolina at number 11. I would take South Carolina over Illinois and Notre Dame. South Carolina would maybe lose to Texas. I'm not sure. I can't be delusional about the Steelers because that just puts me into a deep depression. Clemson at number 12. Why? They looked like shit against Troy. How are we not in the top 10? We have a better win than Clemson. We have a better win than South Carolina. We have a better win than Florida. Wait, no, we don't have a better win than Florida State. Florida State has a better win than us. We have a better win than Illinois. Notre Dame doesn't even have any wins. We have a better win than Texas. I think we even have a better win than Oregon. I would say Michigan's a better win than Oklahoma State, but I mean, maybe I'm biased there. I would not rank OU ahead of Oregon, though. I think Oregon is looking pretty good this year. But no, okay, so I hate this section of the rankings. Your top 6 are fine. 7 to 12 is all kinds of fucked. Florida State should be higher. Clemson is probably about where they're supposed to be. Notre Dame and Texas are way too high. They are way too high. Oklahoma should be higher than 13, but whatever. I mean, it doesn't matter. We win our games, and we're going to be in the playoffs. Iowa State at 14. I'm cool with that. Tennessee at 15. A&M at 16. Ole Miss at 17. You cannot tell me you think Ole Miss would lose to Texas A&M. Are we insane here? I mean, they played close against Kentucky, but I mean, it's conference games are always close. They're always close. I looked at Indy's schedule last night. I didn't see many decent teams on the schedule. Let's go look real quick. Notre Dame versus... Oh, wait. Notre Dame 2025. 2026 football schedule? No, it's 2025, Doc. Okay, we've got A&M. That's like a decent game. Miami, that was a decent game, but they lost. Purdue, nobody cares. Arkansas, I mean, that's at least a school. Boise State, NC State, USC, Boston College. Boston College, I think, is underrated. Navy, Pittsburgh. I hope Pittsburgh. I hope Notre Dame rises up to number 2 in the rankings, and then Pittsburgh beats them. That would be amazing. Syracuse. I wonder if they've still got their quarterback in Syracuse. I don't even know. 3 Big Ten teams in the top 4. Yeah, Big Ten bias is real. And finishes out the season with Stanford. Okay, so none of those teams are really world beaters. Literally, their toughest game left on their schedule is Texas A&M or USC. I mean, USC is baby wipes. Their defense is literally non-existent. And their offense is the Lincoln Riley offense. And I'll tell you what it's not able to do, win a national fucking title. That's for damn sure. I know better than anyone. Okay, so South Florida moving up. Okay, I can respect the hell out of that AP poll. South Florida above Alabama. That is based. This is the best ranking they have. I didn't even put them that high. Yeah, they're 25 for me. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I was not that high on Florida. I was like kind of high on Florida. I thought they'd be better than last year. But I'm pretty sure the AP poll had Florida in like the top 20. Texas A&M, Boise State a couple weeks later. The rest of the schedule is blah for Notre Dame. Yeah, mid. 3 Big Ten teams in the top 4. Are you talking about my top 4 or no? You're talking about the AP top 4. Yeah, they've got Oregon, Penn State, and Ohio State. But we all know AP rankings don't matter at all anyway. They matter as much as the Damo rankings because the only thing that matters now is the playoff rankings. And we all know if you have an SEC logo next to your name or a Big Ten logo next to your name, you move up like 6 spots for no reason at all. Damo, I got to go for a couple minutes, but I'll be back. Okay, we'll probably be done with the rankings by the time you get back. Utah at 20, I can get down with that. Texas Tech at 21, I'm not sure about that. Indiana at 22. How many people did Indiana bring back? They probably have a baby wipe schedule, but I'm not gonna lie. I'm not buying into the Indiana hype. I'm gonna need to see them play a good team and beat a good team before they get in my rankings. Michigan at 23, I can dig that. Although I'm buying Nebraska's hype for no reason at all. I just really like their quarterback. Auburn at 24, insane. Imagine putting a Jackson Arnold-led offense in the top 25. And Missouri at 25, because we didn't know who else to rank, so let's rank some SEC teams. Cool. Alrighty. Others receiving votes, Arizona State, LOL. BYU deserves respect. Georgia Tech, Florida, LOL. FU, Southern Cal, okay, yep, I knew it. The sneaking of USC begins. USC, by the end of the season, will be... they're going to go to the playoffs this year, probably. I'm not going to lie. Looking at their schedule, they don't play anybody in the Big Ten. Like, they play nobody. All they have to do is beat Notre Dame. And to be honest, they could lose to Notre Dame and still go 11-1. Their toughest game, I think... their toughest games are Michigan and Notre Dame. So they could easily go 10-2. USC have Caleb Williams? No, he's in Chicago now. So they could easily go 10-2, 11-1, and sneak their way into the playoffs, which I think is going to happen. TCU 58. So I guess I've got TCU like super overranked over here. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know who else to. They have like a decent win. I'm not like in love with TCU, but like I don't know who else am I putting up here? Louisville. I guess I've got Louisville overranked. SMU, nice. Nebraska number 10. I respect that. Whoever's voting for Nebraska, I respect you. Tulane at 9. Baylor at 7. Whoa, 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 whoa. Baylor is receiving votes over Kansas. Fuck this poll. Fuck this poll. Literally, Baylor lost to Kansas 2 weeks ago. Am I insane? Am I Kansas football? Am I remembering something different? Oh, Kansas lost to Missouri yesterday. No. I am... Wait, who did Baylor lose to? What am I thinking of? Okay, maybe I am insane. Okay, we've got to take Kansas out of the top 25. I could have swore Kansas beat Baylor to start the season. Oh, it was Auburn? I am tripping. I am tripping. Okay, Kansas is no longer in the top 25. Thanks for playing, Kansas. We're going to put Mississippi State up here. Ignore everything I just said about Kansas and Baylor. That shit's not true. Damo was having a fucking aneurysm, so ignore all of that. LOL at SMU losing but getting more votes than Baylor. Yeah, actually insane. Actually insane. UNLV got 5 votes. Pitt with 3. Navy 2. Memphis 1. Vandy 1. This guy graduated from Vanderbilt. My kicker had more points than Neighbors and Taylor. That happens sometimes, Marsh. Damo, the toughest games Ohio State has now is Penn State, then at Michigan. But seeing what happened to Michigan last night, really just Penn State. Yeah. Ohio State is going to beat Michigan 100-0. Even Vanderbilt got a vote over Kansas. Ignore the Kansas thing. Kansas is trash. They lost to Missouri. Hi, don't hinda. Anyways, okay, so for the most part, this poll fucking sucks. It's teams that lost, like, still getting votes. The only cool thing here is South Florida being in the top 20. OU is super underranked. Clemson's overranked. Illinois is overranked. Notre Dame is the most overranked. Texas is overranked. And the top 6 is fine. Missouri and Auburn also should not be here. Where's Penn State? Penn State in the AP poll is number 2. Penn State in the Damo poll is number 9. Also, we're going to slide Texas Tech down here. And, okay, so just to recap the Damo top 25. Still 2. We've got Ohio State number 1. We've got LSU number 2. We've got Miami number 3. We've got Georgia number 4. And sorry, I have not put as much research into this week as I usually would. Same for last week. Just been super busy. I will get all caught up. I've been on stream for the last 6 days, so I really haven't had time to go look at like just matchup stuff. But it doesn't really matter right now anyway. For the first like 5 weeks, we're just trying to suss out who's actually good and who's not. These 5 teams are good. These 5 are good. Everybody else, who knows? Anyways, so Ohio State 1, LSU 2, Miami 3, Georgia 4, Oregon 5, South Carolina 6, OU 7, Florida State 8, Penn State 9, Ole Miss 10, Texas 11, Clemson 12, TCU 13, Tennessee 14, Iowa State 15, Louisville 16, Illinois 17, A&M 18, Michigan 19, Nebraska 20, Alabama's 21, Utah and BYU are 22 and 23 respectively. Then USF is 24, and Mississippi State is going to round out the top 25. Rigged. Texas is where they belong on Damo's list. I think so too. To be honest, I think they're good, but I don't think they're like that they shouldn't be top 10 right now. 7 days soon. Rigged. Sorry, Marsh. Sorry, Marsh. And hold up. Let's go look at the schedule before we actually call it a day. College football, because there's one matchup that I wanted to talk about real quick. Most of these are super easy to pick. Indiana beats Indiana State. Wisconsin, Alabama beats Wisconsin. Clemson beats Georgia Tech. OU beats Temple. Oregon rips Northwestern a new asshole. Michigan beats Central Michigan. Auburn beats South Alabama. Penn State beats Villanova. Georgia beats Tennessee. This is probably the biggest matchup of the week, and this is where game day is going. Texas Tech beats Oregon State. Missouri beats Louisiana. Oh, here's what it is. It was Miami and South Florida. Okay. But anyways, Iowa State beats Arkansas State. Texas beats UTEP. But Miami versus South Florida, I think that will be a really interesting game. I'm probably not even going to unrank South Florida if they lose this game. They will move down a little bit for me, and they're not very high up, so they'll probably end up like number 25. But honestly, if South Florida loses this matchup, they've still got a good win. They've got better wins than most people do. So even if they lose that, I'm not going to be super... Tennessee probably won't fall that far either. Ohio State is going to destroy Ohio. Ole Miss is going to beat Arkansas. Illinois is going to beat Western Michigan. Not a lot of potential upsets here. Actually, one of the potential upsets could be Florida and LSU. Not going to lie. Texas A&M and Notre Dame. I really hope Texas A&M wins, which is a wild statement because I hate both of these schools. But I hope Texas A&M wins because Notre Dame doesn't have a lot of opportunities to lose. If they are 10-2, they should not go to the playoffs. Just my own personal opinion. At 10-2, Notre Dame should be out. South Carolina is going to beat Vanderbilt, and Utah will beat Wyoming. Okay. So, yeah, that's the schedule for next week. I think this one is going to be a really fun matchup. This one is going to be a really fun matchup. And what was the other one? This one is not going to be a fun matchup. This is going to be like shoving fucking forks into your eyeballs for 4 hours. But somebody has to win. And at the end of the day, one of these teams should be ranked and the other one shouldn't be. And the team that probably should be ranked is Texas A&M. Please win, Texas A&M. Notre Dame is probably going to win because I want Texas A&M to win. So just tossing that out there. I'm in my minority. I think Tennessee beats UGA by 4 or less. That would be pretty wild. We're so much better than FSU. We'll see, Marsh. We'll see. And I think this is the sneaky game of the week. Vanderbilt versus South Carolina. Vandy could also upset South Carolina. So these two are kind of like sneaky good games. I'll be keeping my eye on them. But really, South Carolina should win. And LSU should beat Florida. All right. We've been talking about college football for 33 minutes. Nobody's even going to watch this video for this long. So we're going to call it there. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys all enjoyed the Damo Top 25. I hope you guys enjoyed the Damo Top 25 Week 1. If you watched that as well, please like and subscribe. Also, the Damo OU unofficial press conference will also be uploaded. And I apologize once again about not getting these uploaded sooner. I literally cannot upload to YouTube right now. I am currently under a copyright ban. They will all be uploaded on Tuesday morning as soon as I possibly can. But thank you guys all so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. I appreciate the support, and I hope you guys enjoy the college football rankings this year. And I hope you guys have a great year of college football. Unless you're a Notre Dame fan. In which case, go fuck yourself. Also, if you're a USC fan, in which case, also go fuck yourself. And who's a stupid idiot, Hinder? Alright, YouTube, I have one last thing to say to you. Out that door, baby, bye, bye, bye.